Kaiseki Anime, where I air new episodes every other week. Kaiseki covers currently airing anime, older series and recently, and other relevant topics for the season. I'm your host Marina, of the blog Anime B&B, and with me is my co-host Draggle, of the cleverly titled Draggle's Anime blog.
This week, we give our final impressions of the spring 2026 anime season. So I don't know about you, but I watched too many anime this season once again.
I think I watched an okay amount because I dropped so many. Yeah, I definitely didn't have anything to add because, as usual with our spring overview, we've broken things up into sections from bad to anime of the season. And I don't have anything in bad. And I haven't had anything in bad for at least a few years, maybe? I don't know. I just don't watch bad things, in my opinion. But you have a few here.
I watch bad things. Sometimes I enjoy them. Sometimes it's just inertia. But let's go through my bad things. And I can regret my life choices. So first is I made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class. This one was bad. I don't really regret watching it though. It's the kind of show where I enjoy what it will say and seeing how bad it can get. Could have been worse, but it starts out with this guy who's ranking the girls in his class by how pretty it is. And trying to be we have a deep understanding of life from our position in high school. Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Also, he's supposed to be her friend, and they start dating by episode 6, so that didn't last very long.
I'm just getting a really slimy feeling from this guy.
Yeah, well, it's not really the guy so much as the entire show, which is slimy.
Talking about slime.
Yeah, talking about slime, next is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Season 4. Have you dropped this?
It's not that I actually dropped it. It's that I was so put off by that genocide back in season 2? How long ago was that now? That I just stalled.
A while ago.
I haven't stopped or dropped it because I am kind of interested. It's just I got so bored in the second season with all the talky talk, and then I got put off by the genocide and just, yeah.
Yeah, this one was more talky talk, not as much genocide. But yeah, it was just boring.
Do you think I should just full on drop it?
You should drop it. I should drop it too.
You think so?
Yeah, you should definitely drop it.
Okay, there's nothing of worth, right? Past the first season?
Nothing of worth. Past the genocide.
Past the genocide. Okay, at least we had that as a wow, they went there.
Yeah, exactly. And the next one I put in bad, which I'm really sad to put in bad, was Welcome to the Demon School Iruma-kun Season 4. This one, I don't think it's an irrecoverable bad. It's already getting better in this new season. But it's just the last season, it was this whole arc about the class being in this talent show competition, which I just did not care about.
That sounds boring.
So definitely the worst arc of Iruma-kun, but I think it's going to pick back up.
Okay, so you're going to stick with it.
Yeah, and it's actually already continuing into the next season, I think.
Just directly, or is there going to be a break?
I think directly.
Okay,
yeah.
Thanks.
And that's all the bad shows I watched. Now we can move to fine.
Beginning with Always a Catch, which I'm not sure. Did you watch this all the way through?
Yeah, I think, didn't we have an episode on this too?
Oh, yes, you're right. I wasn't sure though if you actually stuck with it and finished it.
I did. Yeah, and I think we discussed on that episode.
Yeah.
Although that was earlier.
It was early on in the season. We'd only seen, I think, at least a few episodes or maybe a handful.
Yeah. My opinion didn't change much though. I think it has a really cool premise, which it never really delivered on.
I mean, it stays pretty solid throughout with their chemistry and her fun personality. I do like that they finally acknowledge that it definitely is brass knuckles when she puts it on, finally. And near, I think, the last couple of episodes, I was like, that's what I've been waiting for all this time. At least I got that.
Yeah, but I compare it to the one with the white-haired girl who beat people up. What was that called?
May I ask for one thing, or one final thing?
Yeah, and this just felt like a very half-assed version of that to me.
I think it was definitely like a fluffier version on that because the other one was definitely about her being a badass. And this one is just, she's a sweet girl who happens to be really damn strong.
Yeah. By the way, there's a show in the upcoming season with a similar theme, which I think everyone will enjoy.
You think I'll enjoy it? It doesn't feel like just like a copy or whatever?
No, it's a bit different. This one, she doesn't just punch things. She's very smart and she plots her revenge to destroy the entire kingdom.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, this next one is a bit of a contentious entry because Ascendance of a Bookworm, adopted daughter of an Archduke. This is a new arc where Mine, our lovely Mine, is now a noble. And Draggle had this in bad. I've only seen up through episode 7, 8, and I pushed it up to fine. So please explain yourself, Draggle.
I mean, do we even disagree? Fine isn't that good either.
I mean, to me, that's like borderline, like it's acceptable. Like I will watch this. When things get bad, Draggle, I drop them. But you will keep watching them.
Yeah, well, in one level, I do appreciate this show in that it made me filled with hatred towards a literal child for being a class traitor who betrayed her family.
She's not a child. She's an
She's
adult.
in the body of a child. She for sure acts like a child in many ways.
Yes, she's like perpetually a child in mind, but she's truly an adult.
She's a child when it's convenient for her.
Yes.
Which
she's
is why
woefully
I hate her.
naive about just all the terrible things in the world, I feel. But then she's also terrible sometimes, a lot of the time.
Yeah, she also like takes advantage of it. Like how she always tells the children, like, you need to work to eat, you children.
If you do not work, you do not eat. Let's forget that you're a child and like children of all people should be able to be free to be children, right? They shouldn't be thrown into an adult world and treated like an adult. I mean, that is sort of that's I guess the argument that is the reality of the world they're in. And she is trying to prepare them, questionably, to survive in that world. And I think she sort of ruins this for herself. And that's why we feel disgusted with her, is that she has totally like bought into the theory of like, okay, this is the world and I need to prepare them for it. So yeah, no work, you starve, right? But truthfully, I think the people around her, they would agree. So her ideals about wanting to possibly like to let them be children and innocent and enjoy life isn't something that's possible in this world.
And it's not possible because she doesn't try.
Well, yeah, you can argue that too. But like she's also a little bit like hands tied because she is a child to them, right? And so
Right.
That's why she has to be an adopted daughter. That's why she has to abandon her family. And she's also physically weak.
I think it has to for any of those things is a bit strong, but yeah.
But yeah. We could argue about this. We could do another whole episode on this.
That's not even why I put it in bad, though. I just think it's boring.
Really? I was going to be like, I'm actually not bored. I wonder why you find that boring. Like, I'm so busy being annoyed and just appalled. Like, how can you be bored if you're always annoyed and appalled?
You know, you're right. Maybe it does deserve to be in fine.
It's like watching her, quote unquote, give these orphans a home and she's like, quote unquote, saving them, right? I'm just like, really?
Yeah, fuck you. Anyway, let's move on to Dr. Stone Science Future. Dr. Stone is finally over after who knows how many seasons.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe they finished it. I thought it was going to go on forever.
I thought it was too. Yeah, but no, they finished it.
Definitively, this is done.
Definitively, it's done.
But you put this in fine, which is like far under where you normally put this, isn't it?
It's at the upper end of fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I was torn between fine and good. I left it in fine. It's the kind of show where like whatever ending you have is going to be a little bit disappointing because there's like so much hype for it. And it's going to be kind of like a Deus Ex Machina kind of thing. But yeah, I enjoyed this show. The fine is more the last season than the entire thing. I think the entire thing, I'd put it in good.
Okay.
You really had some fun characters. I loved the parts, quote unquote, science, especially the parts where they like went to places where I live and they said the most ridiculous things about them.
Like, you know, these places, you know what is not correct in that statement.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff like that. And just like this whole vision of how people do science is ridiculous. Like they have one like super genius guy who does all the science when really obviously it takes like huge teams of thousands of people. For example, in the show, they build a rocket to go to the moon.
One guy can do that, Drago. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You just need one guy.
Yeah, you just need Elon Musk.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. The Dr. Stone version of Elon Musk. Holy. Wow.
Yeah. Fortunately, this guy, the Dr. Stone version, doesn't try to get into politics.
Oh my gosh. Never. Well, I'm glad that this came to an end and that you got to finish it all the way to that point and you're not regretful. You weren't bored.
Yeah. Now we just need to bring back Boruto so I can get my shonen fix.
Maybe like Boruto's kids. Is that a thing?
Boruto is not even done yet. Boruto still has way more to go.
Oh, really? So it's like,
yeah,
just as like a pause for now.
Yeah, I think it like caught up with the manga.
I see.
Anyway, next is the Klutzy class monitor and the girl with the short skirt. This was like one of those mismatched romance kind of things.
Opposites attract?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a bunch of opposites and they attract each other. And it was cute. Nothing to write home about. I'm going to forget it in a couple months.
Just like predictable fluff, basically.
Yeah. Sometimes you want a little predictable fluff.
Yeah. For when you're doing laundry and when you're cooking.
Exactly.
Which is a little bit what this next one is about. Kusunoki's Garden of Gods. It has that isekai element, I'm a sucker for it, but it also had like that sort of spiritual and the supernatural and like the regular world and coexisting in that, and what happens when one is trying to take advantage of the other, when there isn't a balance, where then there's an imbalance, and then it starts to harm either side. Overall, it's sweet, it's predictable, and it's forgettable.
Too bad.
Well, I mean, I don't think you watched it, right?
No, I didn't watch this one.
No, you would have been bored.
Yeah, I knew this wasn't for me.
Yeah. This next one, The Most Heretical Last Boss Queen, From Villainess to Savior, Season 2. Did you watch this?
No, I did not. Did I watch the first season?
You did watch the first season. This is the one that has Pride Royal Ivy as the main character, and she is a little girl in the first season, and in this one, she is more of an adult because she's engaged.
Oh, okay. I do think I remember this.
She's like temporarily engaged and then she's not. That's like part of the story. So she's like of age.
Okay. But I guess since it's in Fine, I shouldn't bother.
I liked it more when she was a little girl and there wasn't like this sort of like romance element and like all the characters were in love with her. I mean, it's kind of hinted of that in the previous one when she's a little girl, right? Like you have them like wanting to be her friend and liking her. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't have that like romantic twist or that vibe that you get from the guys that you do in this season. And I could have done without that. Just because I just had fun without it the first time. So I really didn't need it in the second one. And it was more of the same. And she can do no wrong now. Everyone loves her now, even though she's a former villainess. So I just got a little bored with it.
Okay. That's too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. I don't regret watching it. I didn't live up to what I liked in the first season.
Cool.
I'm curious, did you also watch part in the Intrusion I'm Home or not?
No, and I don't even remember what this was.
This is the one where the girl, she's a big otaku, she's sweet, fluffy, and she's got neighbors on either side and holes are broken between the walls.
Oh, I really liked the first episode of this, but I didn't have time.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't feel like you missed much, obviously, if I put it down in Fine, because I feel like it had too inconclusive of an ending, one that could obviously lead into a sequel if they so chose, which I don't know if they will, because it's actually kind of annoying to me where you keep hinting about various characters liking one another, but never going there. And it's just her being like this regular girl and sort of the inspiration support to these two guys who have like their own full-fledged careers. And the one dude who is like the hotter one, he's apparently the mangaka behind her hands down favorite anime manga.
The hotter one.
Well, okay, that's arguable, I should say. Sorry. I'm sure fans of this would be like, what do you mean he's the hotter one? The blonde one, all right? Okay. In Draggle speak, the blonde guy.
I would call him the yellow-haired guy.
The yellow-haired guy. Okay, Usada or whatever. And then the guy on the other side, the black-haired guy. Satsuki.
Really? I thought the black guy was hotter.
I mean, he is hot if you're into that. If you're into like the more serious, kind of stern look and sexy. And he's the author. But it's sort of teased for quite a while about what kind of writing he does, and because he's wanting to keep it a secret from the girl because he's afraid that once she like finds out who he is, what if she tries to read it and either she'll love it and then she'll put a wall between them because she doesn't believe that like fans and their gods, she calls them gods, the ones who like create her favorite things, that you can't truly be together. Or she'll hate it and then her opinion of him will like be inseparable of that like story that she hates the writing, so she'll hate you. There's that fear. Okay. And so, you're kind of writing on that about what's going to happen when she finds out. And will any of them truly get together? Will anything progress? And like, not really. She does find out who he is. Doesn't really change anything. She likes his writing and doesn't go anywhere with the mangaka. They're all just like still friends at the end.
Oh, that's a bit disappointing, but also exactly what I expected to happen.
And like I said, like they could do a sequel if they wanted to, but it's not like anyone's knocking down the door and be like, give it to me.
Okay. Next is Reborn as a Vending Machine. I Now Wander the Dungeon, Season 3. It's finally over completely.
Completely.
Did you watch this?
No.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to watch it like the second season, and then I just got bored. And then I'm just like, I had zero motivation to try to catch up. And then I didn't even try with this third season.
Yeah. Well, I did put it in fine. Mm-hmm. I thought this season was a bit better than the second season, but also the same general problem that I just ended up bored. I feel like it made the mistake of just trying to introduce too many characters when it could have made do with the ones it already had, or could have just ended earlier. It ended up getting a bit repetitive. There's only so much you can add new vending machine types before we get used to it. But to its credit, it did actually end.
That's a good thing, right? That it finished. Definitively, this is done.
Yep, exactly.
The Warrior Princess and the Barbaric King. I only have this in fine. Why? Because they didn't like get it on. Like the romance progresses to the point where it's definitely reciprocated now, and she accepts the idea of being his fiancé, right? But it's not truly done. I don't think a sequel has been announced yet. The manga is still ongoing, so of course there is room for there to be more. But I don't know. I just felt like it kind of left us a bit on the cliffhanger because there's her home that she came from where they want to still fight with the barbarians. So there's obviously going to be more war in the future. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I did like this. I just kind of felt dissatisfied at the ending.
Yeah, I didn't mind the ending, but for me, it was just on the upper side of fine, where I had a lot to like. I really liked the art style. Some of the ideas were good, but it just wasn't like anything super special, in my opinion.
I hate to say it, but I probably will forget about this if they don't have a sequel.
Yeah, me too.
But I mean, I do have to underline the fact that Veyor is he's a very fine man with and without the facial hair.
Yes. Then last in fine, Wistoria, Wand and Sword Season 2. This is more like middle of fine. It's a shonen fighting thing, but it feels like it's made some progress where now he's in like this tower and he's with the blue-haired girl. And she's actually doing stuff instead of like just looking sadly out the window all the time. So, yeah, I'll keep watching it.
So there will be more.
Yeah, there's already a sequel announced, I'm pretty sure.
Great.
And now we're on to the good shows. Yay!
Starting with Akane-banashi, which we did record an episode on.
Yeah, and we all liked it, and we talked about it a lot there.
Yeah, so go ahead and listen to that. That was also with our guest, Ren. So you can check that one out.
Next is an observation log of my fiancée who calls herself a villainess. I was kind of pretty surprised how much I ended up liking this one.
Same. I ended up liking it more than that other villainous show that I was already familiar with and was looking forward to. And then this was sort of my surprise of the season.
What was the other villainous show? I forgot.
It's the one where I told you it was the sequel and that the first one she was a child and then the second one.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I would be more excited to watch that one from week to week, but I actually was always going towards observation log first.
Yeah, I think what this one did quite well. I liked how it was from the prince's perspective, a lot of it. And she was like so oblivious to how much he actually liked her. That whole angle was very entertaining.
It was just super entertaining to me too, seeing her trying so hard to stick to like the best timeline. And obviously, as the viewer, and also through the prince's eyes, it's ridiculous. Her efforts are so obviously clumsy and so against what they both truly want. But when they do that whole reveal at the end where he is going through all the various timelines as if he were seeing the game's outlines, right? The outcome, the worst outcome and then the best outcome. You can see why she was pushing so hard for him to get with Heronia. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a really fun show.
It was. And there's actually, I think, both a manga and a light novel, and they're both finished.
Cool. Well, this one, I didn't feel like it needed a sequel at all.
I felt satisfied with where it ended.
Yeah. Next, I'm pretty sure just me, Classroom of the Elite, 4th season, 2nd year, 1st semester.
That title.
Yeah. This one's getting another sequel, too.
Of course.
I'm ashamed to admit, I actually really like this show.
Wait, why are you ashamed to admit that? You have always liked this show.
Yeah, I know. But it's such a stupid show, like, when I think about it.
I mean, it's true because you sucked me into watching this show at the very beginning, all right? And I made it through, like, 2 seasons, maybe, and then I kind of, like, stalled, I think, somewhere around the 3rd season.
Okay. Well, why did you stall?
So I can see the appeal. I think it was just, like, overwhelming with all of the shows of whatever season that was. Happened to be. And then like once I fell behind, the motivation to catch up just kind of fell off.
Okay.
But I can understand why you like this.
Yeah. Well, this was another great show. A great season. Lots of betrayal, intrigue, etc. All the teachers should still be arrested. This one ended with him having like a kung fu battle with the principal.
With the principal?
Yeah.
I guess is that what sets it apart the best from the previous seasons?
No, that was just like a ridiculous thing at the end of it. This one, they're on a deserted island and it's a competition, of course. But the teachers are purposefully not doing a good job so the students can beat each other up. I
thought they were on a private island in one of the previous seasons too.
Actually, yeah, they do that every year, and this was like the next year's battle.
I see.
The new freshmen came, and some of the new freshmen are crazy.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
This show can't be without the crazy.
Exactly. So I loved it. Then next we have Demons of the Shadow Realm, which I think we're both watching, and which is continuing into the next season. We did an episode on this, right?
Possibly.
I think it was
Probably.
an earlier episode.
I think we both really, really liked the show, just like the idea of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did, because we talked about like when I said old and modern, you were like, no. And I was like, oh, yeah, but it's true because there's a little bit of a time discrepancy between the village time, like the kind of life that they live, which is very old Japan, right? Compared to like all the modern technology. And then we talked about dualities, right? Like everything is a pair with him and the twin. And then the spirits always being like these 2 sets of 2.
And I think we both enjoyed all the jokes about where like they try to explain to this kid how the car works, and they're like, oh, there's horses in the box or stuff like that.
Yeah. And we both agreed that we don't forgive Gabi. And
no, I still don't forgive Gabi.
Right, we still don't trust them.
Yeah.
So I'm still watching this because this one's still ongoing.
Yep, still ongoing. The next is Eren the Southpaw.
Did you finish this?
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay. I'm really curious what you think about it because I quite liked it, even though it made me feel a lot of negative things.
There's like, it was definitely like not boring, but I did feel like it could have done better if it spread itself less thin. It seemed to want to cover like every quote unquote creative industry.
Yeah.
So like it started out with the art and then it went into like the advertising, which I thought that made sense because it's like he couldn't quite be an artist, so he's doing the advertising. But then when it like started going to modeling, I'm just like, why?
Obviously, she's like, everything connects back to a central point, who is Eren. But then conversely, everything also is connected to Koichi, because then it turns out that they're all obsessed with Koichi too.
It didn't really seem like Eren was a central point at all.
She hardly shows. She's at the beginning.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about her, right? But she doesn't actually really reappear until the end.
It was just like a strangely organized show, in my opinion.
this actually seemed to be a little bit of a trend this season overall, because this is not the only anime that did that this season that I wanted to talk to you about, because it feels like we had multiple titles where they just wanted to bounce around all over to different characters and different times even, because it's not even just in like a central timeline, right? Like we jump to the past, then we jump to the future, then we jump to the present from different points of views. And we saw this in Nippon SANGOKU as well, and we talked about that previous week. And then we also see this in one that we're going to talk about here soon, which is the AWAJIMA, the school. Mm-hmm. So there's like multiple shows that did this, and I'm just like, why? Why are they all suddenly doing this?
Yeah, it's a good question.
It's definitely interesting, but it forces you to pay attention, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I feel like this was the worst one of those.
I agree.
The Three Kingdoms one, it like jumps in places and characters, sure, but at least in time it's straight. And at least it's like there's like a clear story that it jumps between, like the things relate to each other. And same with AWAJIMA, like
that one had dates. It like showed you the dates to try to help you out.
Yeah. But this show, yeah, I couldn't follow logically what they were going for.
I feel like I followed it. I didn't like it. I felt like it made it feel needlessly chaotic, which is possibly supposed to be representative of how Koichi feels, because he's the one living this.
Yeah. So I guess we still both put it as good though.
Yeah, because I thought it was a really interesting character study, even if I thought it was messy as hell.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
So this next show, Go For It, Nakamura-kun. Did you watch this?
No, I did not.
This one was about a boy who is in love with his classmate. And it's just sort of this, he already knows that he's gay, and this is established at the very beginning, but then it's him sort of struggling with these feelings because nobody else knows that, most especially the boy that he likes. And it's very like cutesy, shoujo-y. I mean, you can tell that from the art style. It has sort of like that retro shoujo art style that you can see in like the character designs and the colors and all of that. And it's so sweet. And then it goes through this unexpected, because you kind of like get lulled into the sweetness of it and how innocent all the encounters are. And it has like this lovely sense of humor. And then we hit the heartbreak where he sees his love interest dating another girl. And then he just like goes through this whole like crisis of identity, right? Who am I? What are my feelings? Blah, blah, blah. So I actually thought this was really well handled.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds quite fun.
Yeah. The next one I think is also just me. Kujima, why sing
That's
when you can
warble? Definitely just you, yeah.
Drago, I feel like I actually think you would like this show if you gave it a try. It's so good. The humor is so good. And I love this bird so much. And like, I especially love that he originally hails from Russia. So anytime he's frustrated or angry, he'll like curse you out in Russian. And most of the people don't understand him, except like the few times he bumps into someone who does know Russian. And he's just... He's such like a foul-mouthed large bird. And it's just so funny seeing how people react to him. Like, you have the ones who treat him like family because they're so used to seeing him now, right? And then you kind of get lulled into being like, okay, this is normal life. And then he meets a new person, and the new people will like freak out in very realistic ways. And you're like, no, they're the right ones. Like, this is really damn weird. It's such a heartwarming story too, because it's like it looks like the perfect family that he's being brought into, but then there's an older son who starts like such a jackass at the start of this because he failed his entrance exams to the colleges he wanted to get into. So he spends like the majority of the season obsessively studying so he can retake them. And that's also like part of like this family dynamic and his character development. When he retakes it, that's like the ending and everything that happens around that. And then the bird also migrates. You see him go back and forth. And it's just, this is one of my favorite shows of the season. I would even possibly put this up as one of the anime of the seasons. But it's just that it's very high on the good. It's just that it is like a formula that I am familiar with. So it's not like it did anything groundbreaking aside from him being this bird.
Okay.
But yeah, this was actually personally one of my favorites.
Maybe I missed out then. Darn.
I wish I could curse at you in Russian right now, but I don't know any Russian.
I don't know any Russian either.
I know like, I can't say it properly, but I know like blah is like fuck or something.
Okay. I consider myself cussed at then.
Excellent. Now, did you watch Kill Blue?
Nope. Is this the soccer one?
Oh my god. Draggle? That's not the soccer one. That's Blue Lock. No. Kill Blue is the hitman who gets stung by a wasp and becomes a child again. And then he starts going to school. You didn't watch this?
No, I did watch the first episode. I remember this.
Why didn't you watch more of it? I totally thought you would like this.
I just thought it wasn't as good as that other Hitman show. So I didn't.
Watched those bad shows and you dropped this one. I can't believe you. What the hell? Oh, because he like runs into like other hilarious assassins who are just as ridiculous, if not more so, than him. He runs into like this star athlete who can be good at anything he would like to be, but picks like a few different sports, who is awesome enough to also be a hitman if he so chose. They keep writing this like almost, this is a line you should not cross, where there's a possibility of like him and the girl actually being like romantic, but then he has the proper old man reaction where he's all like, no, that's the age of my daughter. I cannot cross that line. And it's just funny how he like, it's so funny like how he does everything he can to avoid anything going near that. To like, it's a good reminder for the viewer, like, hell no, you are not going to get this.
Oh, okay. It does sound good when you describe it.
You should have watched it.
Darn.
And there's a second season announced.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
Maybe I'll need to catch up.
Yeah, because he doesn't get fixed by the end. There are some blips where he like does become an adult again, but it doesn't like stick. So
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways, what about MARRIAGETOXIN?
Of course, I watched MARRIAGETOXIN.
How could you not watch the other one and you could watch this one? They have like a very similar vibe.
Really?
Just like the ridiculous characters that show up every episode, right? Because in MARRIAGETOXIN, it's also about assassins. And the main character here is an assassin who's from like the poison master. He's a poison master from their family that like specializes in adjusting their bodies to poisons. And every family is different like that.
The assassin families.
We did an episode on this too, didn't we?
I think we did, yeah. It's great. I love it. Who's the best girl?
Oh my God. The main character who's not actually a girl, obviously.
That's the right answer. Okay, what's next?
Well, I gotta say that this also has a sequel announced, so look forward to that.
Yes. Next is Ramparts of Ice, which I did not watch, but it's a cute romance show, right?
Absolutely. I like it because it's got such a great little cast of characters. So it focuses specifically on 4. You got 2 girls, 2 boys, because of course.
Of course.
The main character, Koyuki Hikawa, she has a lot of this like social trauma from when she was in middle school that carries her into high school, which is why she's like completely backwards at interacting with anyone but the one friend that she had as a holdover. And just watching her, I guess, get drawn into relationships with other people and like learn how to open back up again. This one also has a second season already announced and actually is in the same universe as You and I Are Polar Opposites.
What? Really?
There's an episode where you see a cameo of the characters from You and I Are Polar Opposites.
Is it like by the same author or something? Or is this just a fun tie-in?
It's from the same mangaka, Kocha Agasawa. Did both Ramparts of Ice and You and I Are Polar Opposites.
Crap, maybe I should have watched this. Is it funny?
It is funny. I think you would like this. I think you should watch it. There's also a little bit of messy relationship stuff, which I think you like.
I do like that, yeah.
But it's like not truly like painfully messy because there's like, it's more of confusing. Like, I think you like her and I think he likes her. But then the other characters are like in cahoots because they know that he actually likes the other girl. And then it turns out that the other guy is starting to fall for the one. I'm making it as confusing as possible for you to try to interest you.
Yeah, I should, but I'm already trying to drop stuff from the next season.
Well, if you can find a spot of time, then you should try to watch this earnestly.
Okay. My goal is that next season at the end, I'll have no bad shows to report back that I watched.
I really hope you stick to that.
I don't think it'll happen, but I'm trying.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on.
The next show, you have to describe the next show because I just want to see how you'll describe it.
Release That Witch is, what's the term? Because it's actually a Chinese animation, originally recorded in Chinese. So it's not really anime.
It's close enough.
Close enough. But it's actually an isekai, which I forget about. And then they remind me every now and then when he introduces something.
Of course it's an isekai. That's how he can bring the glories of Chinese communism to the fantasy world.
And technology, hello.
Yeah, that too.
I just kept kind of forgetting about it because it did such a good job of lulling me into like this setting, which is very like magic and swords and witches and demons and gods, and it kind of lulled me into that. And then I also kept getting a sense of winter is coming when they were warning about like the demon realm opening up when the first,
that's true.
Right?
There definitely is a strong Game of Thrones influence here.
Yeah, because you've got like kingdoms and you have monsters that spawn at winter time and everyone's got to be prepared for it. And are we going to go to war or are we going to focus on the demons? It kind of gave me like the sense of, it's kind of cool because like the main guy who was the isekai character who takes over the body of this prince who was apparently this incorrigible prince, the fourth prince in this royal family that was sent off to this place called Border Town, basically because he was a lech and no one wanted to deal with him. So he got sent away and goes through a successful murder, right? They assassinate him. But lo and behold, the assassination kind of fails because then his body gets taken over by our isekai character. And so this guy is apparently what is he? Like he's a
civil engineer.
Is he? I could say I already forgot. I was like, I know
I'm pretty sure he's a civil engineer, yeah.
Like based on the things that he wants to do. But then not only that, like it's not just like I'm gonna rebuild this town, but he's also savvy politically, isn't he? Or he's like learning to be.
Yeah, he read the Little Red Book.
Yes. Anyways, the annoying thing about this, because I was having so much fun with this, and it was kind of reminding me of things like Arslan Senki, you know, or like it makes me think of like Alexander the Great, right? I'm gonna like pull my kingdom together, and I'm gonna try to take over the kingdom eventually. Anyways, this thing isn't done. They only gave us 8 episodes, and then nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah, I know. It's very sad.
It ends on the snow flurries coming in. Like, what? Like, all that buildup to get us ready for winter and then telling us about, like, the witch. She's going to, like, have blood and, like, all of her entrails coming out of her eyes and stuff. And we don't actually get to see any of it.
Yeah, I was very disappointed that it was so short.
I wanted to at least get, like, a full 12 episodes, right? 12, 13?
Yeah.
Anyways, did I do a fine job explaining it or what did I miss?
Yeah, you did great. Didn't quite emphasize communism enough, but yeah, I'm shocked you liked it so much because I recommended it to you, but I didn't think you would actually enjoy it.
I watched 1 episode and then I like took forever to figure out. I was like, why the hell is this in Chinese? Where's my Japanese subtitles? And I was like trying to figure that out.
It's in Chinese.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I learned that and I was like, oh, okay. But I thought the story was really fun and I was really sad that it ended.
Okay. Yeah, I loved it too. And it's interesting because I know about this because I've read the manga. The manga is like very different though. The anime is like a much more serious version of the story.
Oh, really? So it's like comical?
Yeah, the manga is like more cutesy kind of.
What the hell?
Yeah. It's still basically the same story, but
cutified.
Yeah.
I wonder why. That's really interesting.
I think it's originally like based on some book. So they're actually like 2 adaptations of the book rather than an adaptation of the manga.
Read this in completion?
The manga version, yeah.
So you know how it ends?
Yeah. This is like 1/50th of the whole thing though.
Okay, well, if you've read it all, that means it's obtainable, so I should go and find it so I can find out what the hell happens because I don't know if they're ever going to actually remake this or continue it.
Yeah. I don't think you'll enjoy the manga as much as the anime, just to warn you.
Okay.
But it's worth a shot.
Next on our list is Re:Zero, Starting Life in Another World, Season 4.
I think in previous seasons, both of us had this quite a bit lower, especially Season 2, I think.
I have a feeling we like this for different reasons.
Oh, really?
As usual. I mean, I am pretty confident. I know why you have it this high.
Okay, why do I have it this high?
You love suffering, Drackle.
That was exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
This entire season is suffering.
Subaru is suffering.
I mean, not that previous seasons haven't been, but this is like truly in the depths of despair, isn't it?
Yeah. And I am so there for Subaru suffering. Why do you like it?
I've always enjoyed this show to varying degrees. While I don't take joy in the suffering, I find it extremely interesting, the direction it's gone, because I would not have at all expected it to go this way. It really surprised me when he like hit bottom again, because I thought we'd already seen him at bottom, right? We've seen him crash out. We've seen him like lose heart. And then he's doing it in a completely different way here that I'm finding super fascinating. I have no idea where it's going to go yet. I'm actually a little bit behind. I don't think because currently there's only 12 episodes out, and it's actually ongoing into the summer season where there are going to be 19 episodes. And so I'm not fully caught up on all 12, but yeah, I really don't know where they're going to take this.
Yeah. Do you think it will ever end?
No. I'm pretty sure. I mean, do you think at the 19th episode that they're going to actually wrap this up? Because hell no, I don't think so.
Oh, of course not. But I mean, like, would it even end in like season 10 or?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know, man.
I don't know either. Yeah, it's just too big at this point.
It's gotten so big. There are so many characters, and like some of them I forget now and then, but it doesn't bother me in this show for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. Weren't they originally fighting to be the queen or something?
Yes. Like where did that go?
What even happened to that?
Yes. Yeah. What is the result of that?
And what happened to Felt? I don't think Felt showed up since like season 1.
You just forget about her. No, I think wasn't she in the previous season, and like isn't she part of the fight for the crown now? I thought she ended up becoming one of the candidates. Or am I remembering the wrong girl? Because I convinced them all.
That's right. I thought that was the first season though.
She was when they were at the Capitol, was it the Capitol? I don't know. Where they did the big fight in the city. Yeah. She was there for that, I thought.
Oh, she was?
Or maybe I'm misremembering. This is my problem with ReZero. I just forget the details of who was where.
It's hard to keep track, yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm having fun with this. Currently where I am at, he still like doesn't have his memories, and yeah, he hasn't recovered them yet.
Well, one last show in good. Snowball Earth. I quite enjoyed this. It reminds me of Overman King Gainer.
I don't know that either.
You don't know Overman King Gainer? Overman.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Overman King Gainer.
No, I don't know. What is that? Is that the theme song?
Yeah. You should watch Overman King Gainer.
Okay.
But anyway, it's a mecha show which takes place in the snow. And it's very like ridiculous, which is why it reminds me of Snowball Earth.
Yeah, this is the one where I tried one episode and I dropped it pretty quickly, but then you're saying that. I mean, this turned out to be something you graded pretty highly.
Yeah, I really like Snowball Earth.
Well, good thing for you because there's going to now be a sequel. It looks like that's been announced.
Yeah, can't wait. And that's it for the good anime. Now we're at the best anime of the season.
Well, I'm curious to see how we'll feel about each other's choices, if we'll agree or disagree. So the first one on this list, Dorohedoro Season 2.
Yeah, I think I would have put this in good. This was a really hard show to watch with such a long gap between seasons.
It was.
I forgot so much.
There was definitely a huge curve for me to recall who was who.
Yeah. So I think I would have appreciated this much more if I watched them both at the same time.
That's fair. I mean, they are short, so you could have done that. Like, you could do a rewatch of the first season. Or if they hadn't done such a big break between seasons.
Yeah.
Because the first season of this was back in 2020. That was 6 years ago. So, of course, we're going to be like, who is with who? On which side is which side?
Yep.
I was only able to really get back into this because I made the completely unplanned decision to put this off until the end. I pulled a draggle, basically, to where I knew I would like this. And I got so overwhelmed with catching up on other shows that I waited until the end of the season and then I just binged watched the heck out of this. And that helped me because then I was able to remember who people were like the further we got along and without anything like interrupting my watching of the subsequent episodes, then everything became a lot clearer. And I think watching this week to week is actually a bad way to go about it or it makes it really hard.
Yeah. This is a show that needs focus.
It really does need focus. Like, this is one of those shows, like, you glance away, you're going to, like, look back, and you'd be like, where, who, what? It's, like, so easy
Even
to get
if
lost.
You're watching the whole time, you're like, where, who, what? Yeah.
Yeah, the first season was similar. But it's, like, such a visual treat to watch this show. Like, I love just how graphic it is. Like, the colors, the styles, but also, like, explicit material, too. It's completely out there in the best kind of way. And they've already, I think, announced a third season. So hopefully that will happen sooner than 6 years.
It was really 6 years.
It says 2020 for season 1.
Oh my gosh. No wonder I forgot everything.
I don't blame you because I did too. Like, it took me a while to realize who our main characters were friends with and who they were against. But then it's also like confusing because the people you think are your friends are also out to kill you, you know? It's kind of that. And remembering that was very confusing. And, you know, it makes sense for us to get completely lost because similar to some of the other shows we mentioned, how we talked about how there's like jumps all over the place. This show has so many characters and we jump from POV to POV between those characters.
Yeah.
Like Ebisu, like that poor girl.
She was one of the few I remembered, Ebisu.
Yeah, but like her
and
backstory,
her friend.
I think I kind of forgot. And then you have people like Noi, who was like a soldier for N, and like I kind of forgot like who she was too.
Mm-hmm.
But then it makes sense, like I was saying, because we learn one of the skills that Nikaido has is time. She can like jump in time and possibly affect it. So no wonder I get confused if we're jumping back and forth and seeing various timelines.
Yeah, it is just very confusing, even if you start from the beginning and pay close attention.
Yeah.
But I did still enjoy it, even without fully grasping everything.
Mm. So then that puts me forward to the next one on our list, 100 Scenes of AWAJIMA. How did you feel about the show?
This one, I think, is the one I disagree with.
Okay.
I would have probably put this on fine.
And you watched the whole thing?
I did. I struggled, though. It was really hard for me to like keep track of everything and tell people apart. Yeah. They don't have different hair colors.
I think this is something we mentioned before about how, like, when we talked at the beginning of the season, right? Like how all the girls have more realistic hair colors. So shades of brown and black.
They have like young version and they have sometimes like multiple older versions as well.
Yes. This is one of those shows we talked about that was jumping around.
Yeah.
And they basically like give you indicators. They'll flash the year whenever we do a jump. But it's not like all of that starts to meld together too, right? Because I'm like, what year are we in again? What year is the modern timeline? And is that who I think it is what I thought a lot.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help, like you said, like they all look the same, but they're also all wearing uniforms a lot of the time, right?
Exactly. So it was tough.
I feel similarly to this as I did to Dorohedoro in that when I sat down and I watched subsequent episodes, I was able to grasp a lot more of what it was trying to tell me and remember people a lot better. Versus if I had tried to watch it week to week, I think I would have been completely lost and rated this a lot lower. Because I stayed with it and I watched it in one big chunk, I feel like I was able to connect to the stories through the various episodes and time jumps. So by the time we got to the ending, when we did sort of that revisit to the earlier bullying that they had talked about at the beginning, we saw that, right? And then we saw sort of the fallout of that when the story comes out and then how it touches other people who experience their own version of that at AWAJIMA and possibly other schools. I don't know. I really, really loved what they did with the story, even though it was confusing getting there.
Okay. Maybe I should attempt again all at once.
Did you watch this week by week, or how did you do it?
I watched it week by week. I loved Horo Musuko so much, the author's other.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised I couldn't do this one.
I think the reason why I was wishy-washy on the start is because I started to watch it week by week. And then I was like, why do people like this so much? And then I saw the reviews people left for it after the fact, and I went back and I pushed myself to like just marathon straight to the end. And then I was like hooked.
Cool. Maybe I'll give it a second try.
We'll see.
There's too much going on, yeah.
Yeah. And the next one on our list is Nippon Sangoku, the Three Nations of the Crimson Sun, which we just talked about the previous week.
It rolls. This is my top of the season.
It is Draggle's top, and I like it a lot.
It's in your top 4 too, though, right?
It is up there. Yes.
Yeah. And one last show, Hat Atelier, which we also did an episode on.
We did. I did want to ask you if you still feel like this should be this high.
I think so. Yeah. I think it's my second best of the season.
Part of me is being influenced by my love of the manga because of my excitement to see this animated. I think is what made my sort of inflated my rating. And I've always liked witches, right, in this world, and Kifri's character is really interesting. But when I compare it to the other ones that I loved in this season, I don't feel like it was as emotionally impactful as Dorohedoro or AWAJIMA, or even like the beginning episode of NIPPON. But that doesn't change the fact that I love it. And I think they just announced a sequel.
They did announce a sequel, yeah. So this one's getting a continuation.
And I am excited for it. I will be watching it. We got to see more of this troublesome Keyfree.
Yeah. I feel like it was still pretty impactful. Like the first episode with her mother.
Yeah.
I didn't cry, but
no,
it was pretty shocking.
And I mean, this was like the show that I reached for first every week.
Yeah. It is very pretty. Although I do think the manga is prettier.
The manga is gorgeous.
Yeah, exactly.
The anime was going to like have a hard time. I mean, it's interesting, like, because when you have something that's so gorgeous already from the get-go and then wanting to see that brought to life on the screen, you would think that it would typically be better all the time. Maybe not?
My experience is usually no, because you can put like a lot more effort into a still image than you can into the like animated sequence. It's a lot more work to make an animation than a still image.
So you still prefer the manga, which I for the first time, I think I'm in agreement on.
Yeah.
But we'll still be there for the sequel.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the end of our season overview.
It was a great season.
It really was. But now we're looking forward to the next. So we'll see you then. Tune in again to Kaiseki Anime Podcast 2 weeks from now. Please feel free to send us questions or comments on Blue Sky with hashtag Kaiseki Anime Podcast, or on our individual accounts at Draggle and at Marina B&B.
Listen to and review us on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts so we can continue to grow and improve. Thanks for listening. See you next time.